Hey gamers, welcome to a brand new DSP video. Finally, I'm doing the react video I wanted to make since last week, and now I'm doing it. We're gonna get a little political in here. It's gonna be a political video, and it's gonna be dealing with DSP's cope of where he is in life or whatever the fuck. So let's get to it. Oh wait, whoops, wrong window. I always do this. Always.
All kinds of stuff. And then, as I was about to start the show, the American president basically quit.
Basically quit. Now, I'm pretty sure the president has the ability to just run for one term and not run again. Like, I don't think, Biden needed to run for a second term. He could have decided, oh, I'm going to drop out of the race, whatever. He could always do that. And in my opinion, he should have done it earlier. I think it was really stupid of him to wait until he got sick to do this. He should have just done it immediately because, like, dude, he's an old fucker and he barely could form sentences. And this is the guy that wanted to run for a second term. Like, and I've seen people react to this news then and now saying, oh, him dropping out, the Democrats lost, man. Oh, Kamala's gonna run. Oh, she's gonna lose, whatever. Like, as if it's a sure thing. Now, I'm not gonna say, oh, Kamala's definitely gonna win or anything like that. I mean, Trump could win just as much as Kamala could win, whatever. But in my opinion, the chances of the Democrats winning are better than what they were when Biden was running. Like, I don't quite follow how people can like say that to me, in my opinion, because but like look at the debate. You're telling me that the dude who could barely speak had a better chance of winning than someone who can talk. Like, that was the one thing about that debate that was embarrassing. Trump was able to like coherently talk and say whatever the fuck he said. Meanwhile, you go to Biden and he's like, I'm gonna destroy Medicare. Yeah, man. Like that? You're telling me with a straight face that had a better chance of winning than any other candidate? Any other candidate? I mean, even let's ignore Kamala Harris for like a hot minute. You're telling me that the Democrats could put anyone on stage that could talk, for starters, and they would have a lesser chance to win than that? I mean, come on. I mean, you could argue that, Trump has a better chance of winning just on his own. Fine, I can at least see where that's coming from. But if you're trying to convince me that Biden had a better chance of winning the election than anyone else, you might as well try to convince me that my skin is purple. Like, come on. You cannot convince me otherwise. Biden is an old fucker who can't even talk, and you're telling me that had a better chance of winning? Like, if that had a better chance of winning, I'd be more concerned with the people who are going to vote if they thought that that's a better candidate than anyone else. Like, come on now, dog. So, whatever. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's my hot take. I think the Democrats have a better chance of winning now than they did when they had Biden. I'm just saying. There's no way you could convince me otherwise. That is too much of a stretch to say that Biden had a better chance of winning. That is insane. Because even before the debate, I just sat there. I was like, they need to get rid of him. He just needs to drop out. Like, why the fuck is he running? He can't talk. He's lost the sauce just year one of his presidency, and a lot of people were not really that thrilled with him. It was a lot of the votes were just like kind of just like, okay, maybe next time we're gonna get an actual candidate and all this other shit. And it's like he needed to drop out. He just needed to drop out. So there you go. That's the hot take of the video right there. But it is what it is. Again, if you're a Trumper, whatever, vote for whoever you want. I'm just saying, in my opinion, there's no way I could say confidently that Biden had a chance of winning. Like, when he was running, when I saw the debate, I was like, yeah, he's gonna lose. This is gonna go to Trump. You might as well just not bother. them switching it to Kamala Harris, I think, is probably the best thing they could do, because at least in my opinion, if they lose, it's like they lost trying, because at least this is like an attempt to win. With Biden, it was like, yeah, you might as well just not try. You might as well just go home. Like at least with this, it's like trying, and again, Kamala can at least like talk and actually debate if there was a debate with her and Trump. I just think that there's more to this than it was with Biden. It was just like, yeah, I saw this debate. I was like, yeah, she's gonna lose. There's no way Biden's gonna win this. Like, you just look at the debate and it's like, there's just no way. The confidence just plummeted after that. So this at least is like a shot in the arm that can either lose or at least get close to winning, which is more than what I could say what was going to happen if they stuck with Biden. That there you go. And I like that DSP, by the way, I like that DSP said that Biden quit. It's not the same, because Biden still has to do his job until the election. Until we choose another president, he's still in the job. Like, whatever. I mean, I know what he means, but it's like, it's just semantics, which you just know. If DSP was in Biden's shoes and he was doing this, he wouldn't be saying that he quit. He would say, I had to drop out, man, but I gotta think for my family. And that's gonna be the theme, by the way. Just a little hint. The main thing I'm gonna attack DSP about is you just know, if DSP was the president and he had to drop out for any numerous reasons, like, you know.
Maybe it's not as dramatic as that, but it really is. It's unprecedented. So obviously,
by the way, this is the guy that didn't want to talk about politics until he opened his politics channel, and he didn't want to open his politics channel because right now it's like crazy to talk about politics. And yet we're talking about politics. Again, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason other than he just wants to do the cringe ass corny meme of starting something new at the beginning of the new year. Like, that's what it is, because this dude is so regimented in routines and like shit like that. It's really like an autism thing, where or no CD thing. He can't do something in the middle of the year or whatever. He has to start something new at the beginning of the year in that kind of way. So that's why he doesn't want to do the politics channel now, because he wants this year to be dedicated to DSP Throwback. Then next year he can open a new channel, which would be DSP Politics. Then if he has another idea for another channel, that's gonna be the following year. Like, that's how he operates.
Once again, just like last week with what happened with Trump, now something happening on the other side of the aisle. I've got to talk about it. I can't just ignore it. You know, people are...
Why does he have to talk about it? Why didn't he talk about these other, like, government hearings that were, like, important? Or, like, you know, why didn't he talk about when Roe v. Wade got overturned? He should have done a podcast about that. Okay, guys, let's talk about... so Roe v. Wade got overturned, and, people are saying, oh, this and all that. Well, let's just listen to both sides of the aisle, guys. And then it's gonna be a fucking, like, clusterfuck. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane what would happen. Imagine his take on it. Is he a pro-lifer or a pro-choicer? I don't know. Who knows? I don't want to even think about it. I'm scared to even think about it.
People are going to be asking me about it literally all day nonstop.
No, this is the other funny thing, the hilarious thing. When Trump had the assassination attempt, and people were bringing it up to him on the podcast or whatever the fuck it happened, because again, I don't know, I was in Greece at the time, so time means nothing to me at that point. But he was ignoring it. He didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to address it until like the chill stream where he talked about it, and it's like, dude, you waited until like later on to talk about it, but with Biden, it was immediate. He wanted to talk about it. Okay.
So, wow. I guess it's time for one heck of a level 1 podcast.
All right. One heck of a level 1 shit. Housekeeping. Okay, Joe Biden's announcement. He announced he's going to be making Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite 2.
Now,
You know, and in reality, in my opinion, I think the real reason Joe Biden dropped out is to really pursue his true passion. And that passion is to compete in a more Guilty Gear tournaments. If you guys don't know, there was a guy who won a tournament, or at least like participated in the tournament, whatever, that was named Joe Biden. And I think he was a chip player, a disgusting chip player. And so there you go. Obviously, and the tournament cannot confirm or deny that it was him, and neither could Biden's team. So obviously, I think Joe Biden wanted us to pursue his true passion, and that is to fight in Guilty Gear tournaments. I mean, he's a gearhead, maybe he is. We don't know, but he is a chip player, so that also. At least he's not a Happy Chaos player. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, if he was a Happy Chaos player, oh fuck that guy. But you know, chip players is it's kind of stinky. He punched you for blocking pretty much. That's what's bullshit about him.
Like, literally, I was going to have a podcast that was going to be way more laid back and chill. But I think we just need to talk about the topic at hand right now. President Joe Biden just announced live on social media that he will not seek re-election.
Okay.
Of course, he didn't say that. What he said was like 4 paragraphs of complete fluff bullshit. And bullshit. Then said he wasn't seeking re-election.
I love it's fluff bullshit. We're just gonna. I mean, whatever. It's fucking like PR. I mean, come on, whatever. Come on, dog.
Okay. Did it actually say why? No, not really. He just says he's not seeking re-election. It's just crazy to me because this guy,
okay,
is supposed to be our leader, our commander-in-chief. He's been saying all along, I'm in this till the end. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna win this.
But this is bullshit because, like, this is what like got me a little bit annoyed listening to this is that life can hit you in numerous ways. Biden is an old fucking man. He belongs in a retirement home. Like, I would think at some point his age is gonna catch up with him, which if it hasn't already. I mean, people are already speculating that this dude was seeing a Parkinson's specialist, which I think was debunked because he wasn't even in the White House when that guy showed up, whatever. But regardless, he's an old man. Look at the fucking videos. Look at how he talks. You're telling me that this dude isn't gonna, like, feel the effects of his fucking age? And it's like, dude, of course there's a chance that people should have assumed at most he would have dropped out because, dude, if he were to run, there's probably a chance, get this, where he may need medical attention because he's an old fucking man. So, of course, I think it's reasonable for him to be like, okay, I'm gonna drop out because of, like, you know, he had a health scare or he got COVID or whatever, and he realized, yeah, you know, these things are gonna, like, affect me harder than, like, someone who's younger than me, and I'm in a position of power. If I go, like, it's gonna cause chaos. Maybe now is the time that I drop out when we have an election and we could get someone there that's more competent or younger or whatever the fuck, so that this isn't a concern. Like, to not even think that was a consideration is kind of, like, wild to me, because again, there's even people in the Biden administration who was telling him, hey, maybe you should drop out because you are an old man, dude. Like, look at your age, look at the mirror. And it's like, of course, like, I don't think it's, like, insane for him to do that. He ran for office, he served his term. Like, I think it's understandable that he should have, like, just done the one term and then, like, left. I think that's completely fair. Come on now, dog.
Win this election. He's been literally,
and he says this, but the thing is that's also kind of unfair in this little thing that is going on. Biden was saying that before he dropped out. Like, this is what people were complaining about. This is what I said, man. He should have dropped out earlier. He shouldn't have waited until he got a health scare to decide, hey, I should drop out. Because it's just kind of like, come on, man. You're an old man. Come on now, dog. And I'm like, come on. But when he was saying all this about, I'm going to run and this and that, like, he was saying this before he knew he was going to drop out. Like, why does DSP keep holding future actions accountable to their past selves? Like, that makes no sense. When you're in the moment, you're not going to think about where you're going to be in like 5 years from now, or next week, or next month, or whatever the fuck. Like, how was Biden supposed to know future Biden was going to drop out? Like, this is, it's like different circumstance. And again, this is coming from the guy that said, I ain't gonna do the Fight Club documentary. Yeah, I love the documentary. We're gonna do it, man. And then I'm not gonna do it because like life hit me like a truck, man. That's not like over promising and under delivering. How, like, again, we have to give him all these like little stretches of like, oh, life hit him, man. Oh, wow. But when Biden does it, this guy said he was gonna run. Fuck this guy. What a piece of shit. And it's like, come on, man. Like, you didn't know like a month ago that he was gonna drop out. But of course we can give Biden that ability. But we have to give DSP that ability, I guess, to back out of anything. Because life, man. Biden is immune to life, apparently.
Literally saying this for a year, you know, promising the American people, back me.
DSP for, like, what, months? Was promising he was going to do the Mike Klum documentary. He promised us that. And when someone said he's going to back out, he's like, I got to back out. Who told me that? Who said that? Well, it sounds like you're listening to conspiracy jobs. He even said, when someone said he was going to back out, that dude needed to go to like a padded room and be put in a straitjacket. That guy who said DSP wasn't going to do the Mike Klum documentary needed to go to an institution. But guess what he did? He backed out the following week. And this dude is mocking Biden for promising stuff, and then, like, when life hit Biden like a truck, and Biden decided to drop out, oh, he should have known better. What? DSP is the last person on the planet to talk about this. Like, he shouldn't be criticizing Biden for this when he does it himself.
Depend on me. I'm there for you. We're going to win. And then he quits. He's supposed to be our leader, and he quit. He's a quitter.
Oh my god, dude.
Now the thing is, there's a billion.
But this is also like stupid to say, because sometimes as a leader, you do need to know when to step down. That's part of being a leader, is to know when to hand it off to someone else. Like, that is a leader decision. Like, if I'm the leader and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't think I can handle this, I can't be a leader anymore. I just can't do it. I'm gonna have to pick someone else, or they're gonna have to pick someone else to be their leader. I just can't. I can't do it. Like, for X, Y, and Z, whatever the fuck. Like, that is part of being a leader, is knowing when to stop and knowing when to step down. Like, I love that he's framing this so negatively. Like, Biden stepping down, in my opinion, is a leadership decision, because, again, you're leading the country, and then you're looking at the debates, you're looking at what people are saying about you, and you're like, maybe I should step down. Now, of course, he should have done this months ago. He did it because, like, he had, like, a health scare, or he got COVID, or whatever the fuck it was. Whatever. And it's like, that's also a leadership decision. You got sick, you got COVID, whatever. Maybe I should step down, because, like, this is a big deal for me. If I get sick, like, I can't just, like, sleep it off. He's fucking in his 80s, in his 90s, in his 100s? I don't fucking know. He's a fucking corpse. Like these are all decisions people have to make. Like, come on. And it's disingenuous to even, like, at least see, maybe this is for the better of the party, that this guy wants to pass it off to, like, Kamala Harris or anyone else, because, again, this dude barely was able to, like, debate Trump. He couldn't even talk. This is why, like, I said earlier in the video, you can't convince me the Democrats were in good hands with Biden at the wheel. You're telling me Biden was gonna have a chance of winning the election? Like, no, he wasn't. He wasn't. Kamala has a better chance at the election than fucking Biden. Sorry, she does. Compared to Biden, like, come on.
Billion factors involved, and one of the factors that is, as I've told you guys, for those of you who aren't involved in politics or maybe aren't American, our politics are heavily weighed by money.
Money.
Right? And what's being believed is that basically after number one, Biden massively lost the debate against Donald Trump because he looked like he was nearly dead. He could barely talk. And number two,
he could barely, honestly, he barely talked even before that. Every clip of Biden I have seen, it's just like, why is this guy running? Like, he needs to drop out. Like, please, just drop out, Biden. And then Biden dropped out, and it was like the best thing ever. Because this guy is so fucking old that he barely talked. This is going to sound a little mean, but the only reason why I think Trump and a lot of Republicans are upset that Biden dropped out is because they knew that it was an easy win with him running. Because, again, you can't convince me. At this point, I'm a broken record. You can't convince me the Democrats had a shot of winning with Biden. There's just no way. Like, that is insane. That is insane to tell me that, oh, Biden has a chance of winning. Like, no, he didn't. No way. No fucking way. The only way he would have a chance of winning was that it would be he magically suddenly got younger, or that like his platform is so good that he had like a godlike platform that he wants to institute that everyone loved unanimously. Everyone on the planet was like, wow, Biden had the answer of life. We gotta vote for him. But he doesn't, because it's just a lot of shit. First off, a lot of people were not like that satisfied with his presidency. Secondly, every clip of him is just him like just not knowing what to talk about. Like, he got so many things wrong, just geographically, just everything. Again, you can't convince me this guy had a shot of winning. You just can't. You can't convince me. Like, come on now.
The assassination of Donald Trump last week completely invigorating the voter base towards Trump. This week has been hell for Joe Biden. Apparently, all of his donors contacted him and said, sorry, we're out. We don't believe you can win now, so we're not going to waste our money.
Dude, like, I think they were saying this even before the assassination. It was kind of funny. I was in Greece. I'm driving around, and my mom was listening to the Greek radio. Of course, I don't speak Greek, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I just hear blah blah blah. and she was like saying, "Wow, Disney was saying that they're gonna pull funding." Not Disney themselves. I think it was like the daughter. I don't know, whatever. And they were saying that they're gonna drop out of supporting Biden and all this stuff. So all these like donors were just kind of pressuring Biden to like drop out. And I think it's because he's so old. Like, you listen to him in clips, and it's just like, this guy is like, he shouldn't run. He just shouldn't run. Like, the confidence of even the people who voted for him is gone. Like, the only way that Biden was going to get voters was that people just didn't want Trump to win. And again, I said this when he won the last election, is that the Democrats really can't run on the policy of Trump bad. Like, they need something more than just that. Because when Biden was running back then, it was more than just that when he was running. But now it's like every reaction that they had to like Trump to Biden is that, look, he may be old, but he's not Trump. And it's like you can't run with that. So, which is why I think that the chance of like the Democrats winning with Kamala is better, because she can at least say she has other platforms and policies she wants to run on and this and that. Of course, obviously, it could be lies and not everything can be passed. I mean, there's all these like variables when any president runs. But again, at least she's able to like stand up and talk. Like, I can see people having more confidence in that than Biden. Like, there's like nothing there. Like, the whole time I'm just saying is like, we're just gonna lose with this guy. Like we need to do something more than just having Biden just walk around and say, what is a good thing I'm gonna hate? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
To give you money for this campaign for you to go against Trump. Not to say that you would think that the incumbent president doesn't need much of a campaign, considering the fact that he's the incumbent president. You know who he is. you should vote on him because of his own track record. But apparently that's not enough for President Biden. Just think about that. He's been in office almost 4 years, and
I think just in general, any president should go off of more than just I'm the incumbent president or whatever. Like, you know, I just any candidate. If it could have been anyone. If you're running for a second term, whatever, I think you should have a little more off. That you should go more into it than just, guys, I'm the president. Hello, like I just think that you should kind of want more and do more. Like, come on.
and apparently what he's done in office isn't enough to convince the American people to reelect him. He needs money for a campaign. Is that not
Everyone needs money for a campaign, though. Does he think Trump is running for free? I mean, come on. Everyone needs money to run a campaign. Like, it's why only rich people can run, because it needs a lot of money. Come on now, dog.
not a red flag? Right?
Like, this is super childish to assume that, like, Biden is the only candidate that needs money to run. Like, again, you think Trump is running for free? Okay.
Oh, this is just crazy to me.
Crazy.
Because number one, all right, I'm 42 years old. I don't remember anything like this happening
Oh my god.
in American history. Now,
Wow,
it's not
guys. History is being made, guys. Wow, imagine. Where are we going to be in 4 years from now? Like, shit just happens. Life isn't predictable. This dude acts like such a child about all these things.
I'm sure it's happened before, but I feel like we're in the era of
And
just
again,
like
he says, I'm sure it happened before, so it has been precedented then. Whatever.
all the veil has been lifted. You know, you get to see who the Great Wizard of Oz is behind the curtain. There's no more
Oh, man.
feeling that the people who are in charge are smart or any more.
Dude, like, I wonder how much of this is that, because when you're young, you're not really thinking about politics, you're not thinking about the office or how bills are being made or how bills affect people, whatever. You're not thinking this naturally when you're like a child. And then eventually when you get older and you start to like realize, oh shit, these things actually matter because, like, fancy that, correct? And I wonder, like, is this his DSP's moment of like realizing that like government does kind of matter and affect things? Like, I don't know, whatever.
Bidding for the job than anyone else. Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't think that Donald Trump or Joe Biden are good leaders, nor do I think that they're going to do a good
What'd
job
it
for our
take?
country. I think that it's a broken system that we have to vote for awful candidates. Okay? And if anything, I mean, you may have had faith.
I mean,
Guys, DSP's correct on this one, Dan.
but I mean that's just how it is. It sucks. Come on, dog. We were stuck with old people. Like,
before, right? Faith before in Joe Biden, but how could you even have a single piece of faith in this guy who literally promised you the world and then just quit? I give up.
but this statement is wild because Biden is not running anymore. So us having faith in Biden is irrelevant now, unless Biden decides actually I want to run again. Which, oh my god, that would be fucking. Imagine, you know what? What if he said this as like as an old man, like he just said things, and then like he comes back the next month and says, "Okay, guys, I'm running." He's like, "What the fuck, Biden? You just said you quit." Oh man, I forgot. Like that would be scary. That'd be a scary time. But like, dude, he's not even running. So having faith in Biden is irrelevant. And like people already had no faith in him anyway. Again, people voted for him just because they just didn't want Trump to be elected again. And a lot of stuff that was happening during his presidency, people were not happy with. Like, and I'm not saying, oh, Republicans were happy. I mean, Republicans don't like Trump anyway. They don't like Biden anyway, so whatever. Even Democrats were just like, yeah, this guy, he's he's not doing enough. He kind of sucks. Some of his policies suck ass, whatever. Like, and a lot of people coming up in this election, if Biden stayed, would either be people who are just like, I don't want to support Trump, and Biden is the only way, and hopefully, like, after this, and Biden's finally finished with his 2 terms, we can finally get someone else, you know, like, it was gonna be people like that, or people that were just gonna stay home, like, and again, the election, the last election wasn't even a landslide, which is why I sat there and said, you can't just run on Trump bad, and the fact that Biden got significantly worse in 4 years in just talking, like, it's just he can't run, like, he's way too old, and in my opinion, honestly, when you look at this kind of like candidate, we should not let people in their 80s fucking run without any fucking, like, think about it. We have to, like, doctors have to get reevaluated after every so many years. They get reevaluated to work as a doctor, which is good because, again, you don't want a doctor that's, like, you know, crazy or whatever the fuck, obviously. But then we also have to re-educate senior citizens to drive. They have to go back to driver's ed when they go old enough. But we don't have anything like that to run as president. Like, these people have their hands on the nuclear codes, and we're not gonna like reevaluate them. Now, of course, you could argue, well, they say that they medically evaluate Biden and this and that. Fair enough, but still, I still think if we're doing that for like the senior citizens, like, maybe we should be a little bit more cautious on the age of a president. Like, you know, like, have someone that's younger. You know, they don't have to be fucking 21 to be president. I mean, but to have someone that's in their 80s, it's like, you know, at that point, they run into dementia, Alzheimer's, all this shit. Like, you want that to be in a position of power? Like, come on. And same thing with like all these other positions. It's like, I just think old people should just kind of like they should not have that kind of position, especially when they're going to be near death's door. Like, they're not going to like live with the ramifications of their actions. Meanwhile, we're going to be living with it. Come on now, dog. Wow.
Exactly. Dabian says, don't worry, no one else in the world thinks your leaders are smart. That's a good thing, because they're not.
Wait,
I'm
what?
telling you, as an American, I sit here and I see this going on. I'm like,
No
this is
one
a
thinks our
joke,
leaders are
right?
smart. Yeah, of
Like,
course.
he literally has just been saying, I'm not giving up. Don't worry, we're going to win this election. We're going to beat Trump. And then he quits. How the fuck do you quit?
Because of life. Again, this dude, it's so ironic. He is like doggy on Biden for this when he has done the same shit.
I'm gonna do the Fight Club documentary. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it. You said I'm not gonna do it? You need to go to an institution, man. Okay, guys, I realize life is coming at me and I have other games to play. So I can't really do the Fight Club documentary. So I'm gonna have to like back down from doing it, man.
That's not over promising and under delivering, right? Correct? Oh, but you see, like, life just hit DSP. Again, life can hit DSP and we have to like accept that and be like, oh man, we get it. But that can't possibly happen to Biden. Life can't possibly hit Biden like a truck, right? He's only 80 years old. He's only 80 years young, guys.
How did... What on earth? And it's
like again, imagine if DSP was running for president and then he had to drop out because new games are coming out. So he's like,
guys, I decided for the best of the party that I'm not gonna run as president because I just realized so many games are coming out. I need to play them because if I don't play them, then I won't be able to stay in my house, man.
Like, dude, he backs out of stuff for less. But Biden, comparatively speaking, between DSP and Biden has a better reason to drop out of a race than DSP would have. of dropping out of the Mike Klum documentary. Listen to the reasons why DSP dropped out of the Mike Klum documentary, and listen to Biden explaining why he's dropping out of the presidential race, and then come back to me and tell me who had the better excuse of dropping out. I'm just gonna say, you're only gonna say DSP as a meme. You're gonna say that as a joke. It's obviously, come on, like. You can say whatever about Biden. I'm not gonna give a shit about that. But just comparatively speaking, dude, come on. And you just know, if DSP was in Biden's position, he'd say the same thing, and then he'd say it's for his family.
I done it for my family, man. Okay? I just realized when I was president, I wasn't spending enough time with Kat and Jasper, and that was killing us inside. So I'm gonna drop out so I can spend more time with them.
This guy has no room to criticize Biden for this when he has done the same shit for less.
Always told you guys, all right? You don't overpromise and underdeliver.
So when's the Mike Klum documentary? When's that happening?
If you're not sure if you're gonna run, if you're not sure if you're gonna beat Trump, then just keep your fucking mouth shut.
So if he wasn't sure he was going to do the Mike Klum documentary, why did he talk about it as if he was going to do it, like he was going to do it? And he also did this before. Back in 2018, 2017, sometime like that, whatever. It was back when he was on Twitch. He teased he was going to do some new campaign initiative the following year. It was going to be super cool and all this stuff. The year came and nothing happened. And he said it didn't work out. But then why did he hype it up if it wasn't going to go anywhere? Again, DSP has done this very thing in his career, and we're just supposed to accept it because life hits him, man. But apparently, Biden doesn't get that courtesy. Only DSP is allowed that courtesy, not the president, who's 80 years young, obviously.
Don't keep saying the lie, and then make everyone believe it, and then...
How is it okay. How is it a lie, though, if you didn't think you were gonna back out? Again, it wasn't like Biden knew in, January he was gonna back out, he was gonna drop out in July. How would he know? Months ago, he was gonna drop out. It's so obvious that he wasn't planning to, and then life got in the way, and he decided on the spot, I'm gonna have to drop out. This is insinuating that Biden knew he was gonna drop out, which makes no sense. Why would he say that then? You would have to be... you could say there's all these conspiracy theories about it, but DSP mocks conspiracy theories. So obviously, man, that he doesn't believe it, obviously.
Then go back on what you just said. What the fuck? Really? So in truth, who fucking would trust the Democrats at this point?
Okay, so now it's the whole party. Biden's actions is the whole party, even though the whole party just wasn't happy with Biden. Again, shouldn't the candidate have the ability to back out? Because what if they need to? What if the president needs to drop out for any numerous reasons? Shouldn't they have the ability to? Again, part of knowing when to drop out is a leadership decision. Sometimes you just have to know when to stop.
With anything, they have been pushing forward the narrative that, oh, Joe is fine, he's not in a cognitive decline, he's good at 82, don't worry.
But again, it's just a lot of factors at play in this, because the Democratic voters didn't want him to run again. There's a portion of it, but there's also a portion that wanted him to stay, sure, whatever. But as far as the Democratic Party, I think it's not as clear cut. I think a lot of them just want to be unified behind their candidate because because Biden didn't want to drop out. So what are they gonna say publicly? Obviously they don't, because how would it look if the whole time Biden is saying, I'm gonna run, I want to run, this and that, and the party behind him is saying, we hate this guy, fuck this guy, we hate him. It's gonna look insane. So obviously they're gonna want to be unified behind the president because they don't want to seem like they're not in charge. And then when Biden decided to drop out, the party was like, okay, so now we can like move on with Kamala and this and that. I mean, it is, you know, whatever. Because again, you could be cynical about it, but you can also look at it in this kind of way where it's like Biden made the decision to drop out, and the Democratic Party is like accepting that because Biden made the decision to. Like, you could look at it at however you want, and DSP is entitled to his opinion, but I just think that it's a little ludicrous to assume that the entire Democratic Party looks bad because of what Biden did when even when he was just running, they were looking bad anyway. Again, it's just they were in a losing position anyway, so I kind of feel it doesn't matter in that kind of way that they were backing Biden, then Biden dropped out, then now they're backing Kamala. Like, what were they supposed to do? Like, were they supposed to force Biden to stick with it? Like, that would be awful. Like, honestly, that would be forcing him to take the L pretty much instead of trying something different. Like, I just think at this point this was the best outcome that Democrats could have hoped for was him dropping out and then getting a different candidate in instead of just sticking with this guy that was bound to lose.
He'll still be good as president for another 4 years. Vote for him, and now he's out. So it doesn't. I mean,
but again, this was months before, by the way, of when he dropped out. So again, we are faulting people for not knowing the future at this point. Okay.
My perspective as an American, okay? It doesn't matter who they pick as the replacement. They're not going to win. Trump has just won the election.
But if you look at the polls, I've looked at some of the polls that come by my feed, and apparently Kamala Harris is leading the polls in some states, pretty much. So again, I don't think it's impossible for them to win, or whatever. I think it's possible for them to still win in the election. I think as I said, I think the chances of them winning are significantly better than they were with Biden. I just don't think they were gonna win with Biden. I was already in doomer mode at that point. It's like, yeah, he's gonna lose. He's just gonna lose. There's no way this guy's gonna beat Trump, because again, you look at the debate. Trump was just talking, and then it was like, and he didn't even understand what Biden was saying, and Biden was just kind of like speaking like an old guy. So I don't think he was gonna win. Anyway, the Democrats were gonna lose anyway, and I think if they were gonna lose anyway, they might as well try something different. Like, they might as well try Kamala Harris. Like what do they have to lose? They were gonna lose with Biden anyway. So I think this is the better outcome than just sticking it out with Boomer Biden. Like, that's just my opinion.
And that's lame, because for politics to work, you need to have true choices in competition. And I feel like right now, we don't have it, right? We just don't have a true working system. There's no way. Just think of it. If they pick Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, no one likes her now. And she's the vice president and no one likes her. All right? I don't think
JD Vance pulled like -6% of the polls. So I think she has a better likability than him, and probably has. But again, the polls for her are polling better than Trump currently, unless now they've changed. I don't know. By the time this video is uploaded, who knows where it's gonna go.
I think she has a chance in hell to win. If they pick someone new, someone invigorating, someone who's actually like a powerful speaker.
But this is kind of like ridiculous though to say, like, a powerful speaker like Trump. I mean, to a degree, Kamala Harris is a powerful speaker. I think she could probably debate against Trump better than Biden. Just with that. Secondly, is like, because if they try someone new, I could definitely see the criticism become,
so they picked someone who they couldn't even could keep the continuity, because
you could argue that with Harris, at least you're keeping the continuity of the Democratic Party or the Biden administration or whatever the fuck, whatever. Like you're keeping the continuity. So there's that, like that, which is probably why I think they're backing Kamala as it is, because of the continuity that she was in the office with the Biden administration. She has like a network there. Why change? Why do a drastic shift now? And it's like, and it's also, in my opinion, too late for the Democrats to go through the process of doing a Democratic primary and all this stuff now. At this point, they just, they're stuck with Kamala Harris. And as I said, I think, in my opinion, she, again, as I said, she has a better chance than Biden going against Trump. Just comparatively between her and Biden, it's significantly better. Like you can't convince me that they're better off with Biden. That's ludicrous to say.
Like Trump is, to actually go head to head with Trump. All right, I think that's the best thing they could do. But at the same time, who are they going to pick that they're going to build up in only 3 months? That's right. The election is in November. They only have August, September, and October to build some.
I like it says 3 months. It's in November, and they list the months. You could just say 3 months and then say there you go.
Someone up as a legit presidential candidate. How are they going to do that?
Yeah, so it sounds like there's.
It's wild.
So what were they? So whatever. Okay.
Again, if they knew this, which they obviously did, they obviously knew.
How do they know? What? Okay.
Biden wasn't going to be a fit president, right? Like they just didn't care. And I hate to say it. Here's the main difference between the two parties. The Republicans, when they get someone in charge like President Trump, he is President Trump. He is himself. And you take it for better or for worse. He's loud, he's braggadocious, he's outspoken, he's very, very coarse in how he speaks.
This dude fucking I hate hearing the word braggadocious. Like people who use that term should be punched in the face like indefinitely. Like shut up.
He makes mean tweets, but that's
mean
President
tweets.
Trump. That is not tool of the Republican Party. That is actually President Trump.
Yeah, but now you can argue that the Republican Party are now tools of Trump. Whatever, whatever.
Okay? Joe Biden is literally a tool of the Democrat Party. He doesn't have an independent
But Biden isn't running, so But like, I love the insinuation that there's no possible way that anyone could use Trump to their ends. Like, come on. I mean, he could just be as much of a tool, maybe not to the Republican Party, but he could be a tool to someone else. What if? Like, whatever.
thought in his fucking head. He's 82 years old and he's decrepit. He just does what he's told. I mean, they literally usher him around the stage. He doesn't even know where he is. So, that with Biden, all you ever got for 4 years was a joke, a tool to just push policies that the Democrats wanted through.
What about the Democrats that didn't want to support Israel? What about those people? Okay, let's not talk about that. We're not about that debate, that discussion.
So, who are they gonna pick? Is my question. This is unprecedented. I don't remember this ever happening. This is blowing my mind that this has happened. That's why I have to speak about it. And that's why I want to get it out of the way first before we get to all of my usual topics here on the show. But this just went from, I don't know what's going to happen in November, it's kind of crazy, to holy shit, we've got assassination attempts on candidates, this is wild and nuts, to, oh my God, the president is dropping out of the
Man, I love that Biden dropping out has overshadowed Trump's assassination and DSP's little mind there. That says something.
election. This is insanity. Like, this is now bonkers. 100% nuts. Holy shit.
Holy shit, man.
There's no way that 2024 will not go down in history as the craziest year of American politics. It will. I can't imagine anything topping this. So
I think the JFK
assassination sit here and talk about it
was more
length,
crazy.
but I wanted to
in my
discuss
opinion.
it now to get it out
whatever.
of the way, so we could move on and just talk about the other stuff. So, man, No, and see, here you go. Here comes crazy conspiracy theories. Do you think that
This dude literally just insinuated that the Democratic Party was using Biden as a puppet. But now there's other conspiracy theories. These are crazy conspiracy theories.
assassination attempt had to do with this and that?
Wait,
Listen,
what?
of course. No, and see, here you go. Here comes crazy conspiracy theories. Do you think that the assassination attempt had to do with this and that? Listen, of course, everything has to do with everything.
What? Crazy conspiracy that people think that the assassination attempt had something to do with this, to then say everything has to do with everything. Okay. Okay.
Right? And
Right?
what happened last week with Trump, right? 100% gave power to his backing, and now
But again, like, Biden also said in his little, like, tweet, whatever, said that, he did it for the betterment of his party, or whatever. Like, something like that. And that is, like, something that someone would say if they cared about their party, because he could see that some people in the Democratic Party did not want him to run again. So he could say, well, this is for the betterment of these people that don't want me to run again. Like, you can be cynical and pessimistic all you want, and sure, you could think whatever. But at the end of the day, like, who's gonna, like, you can't really prove or disprove a lot. You just have what's shown to you. At the end of the day, for me personally, as I said before, I think him dropping out is the best thing that could happen, because there was no reason, like, there's no realistic way that Biden was gonna win the election or even be close. At least with Kamala Harris, they have more of a chance of winning now than they did with him, and because there could be an upset, she could be the underdog, guys, or whatever, but the chances are better with her than they were with Biden. As far as, like, when I was, like, following this whole thing, like, with Biden and all his other shits, like, there's no way that this guy was gonna pull in the same voters that came around in 2020. Like, again, that election should have told Biden and that they really should have, like, they should really try to keep these people around. And then within these 4 years, people just got more, like, disappointed with his policies, and they were just like, you know, whatever. They can't just go say it's just, they need to do more than just rest on their laurels and rest on Trump bad, because the people who voted aren't that stupid. They just voted for it because they didn't want Trump to win, but they also cared about the policies that we're gonna follow. And since they weren't happy, I don't think that it's reasonable to assume that they're gonna stick around. And that could be very true for this election, as I said. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's a certain victory for either party. I'm just saying that the chances for the Democrats to at least be close to winning or whatever the fuck is better with Kamala than it was with Biden. That's just the end of it for me.
the Dems know Biden can't win. Biden cannot beat Trump. They know that now. So it's either we dump Biden and we get someone else who at least can compete with Trump for 3 months, even though they may not win, at least they have a fighting chance. So, yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes, man.
Oh my
Yes, the
god.
Dems.
Dude, that was ridiculous. It just sounded like
That's what they're called, the Dems, the Democrats, the Dems for sure. Correct.
And what about the Republicans for short? Is it the reps?
Wow. Wow. What's hilarious is people are like, "Oh no, it's just cognitive decline." That's what cognitive decline.
I mean, that's not really a lie, though. His cognitive is declining. He's an old man, Phil. I mean, you're. It's so funny that this dude is mocking this when he has always said, he's been telling us,
I'm declining in my old age. My balls are clapping together. My hands are like creaking, and they're getting old, man. I'm getting old, man. I'm declining. I'm like getting old.
Biden's like, I'm getting old.
This guy says he's getting old. Get this.
Did his brain melt in the last 2 weeks? He's the same guy that he was before, and they said that he was fine. So again, you've been lied to. So why would you trust that party?
I mean, but they're like, whatever. Whatever. Like, come on, man. Come on now, dog.
By the way, I'm not saying that the Republicans don't do the same thing. They absolutely do.
Okay. So then what? So if the Republicans do the same, right? Correct? Why aren't we saying this about the Republicans? Why do we have faith in the Republicans that do the same thing, by the way, but the Democrats do it, and we all lose faith in the Democrats, and now the party's dead forever? What? Huh?
Both parties are lying, swindling, cheating, scumbag parties who only care about themselves and their own self-interest. They're not out to help you in any way, shape, or form at all. I mean, seriously, anything that they do has to benefit themselves. No, I'm not endorsing anyone for president. Absolutely not. Like I said, I don't like Trump. I don't. I really don't. I think that the guy's a scumbag.
But it's funny because like Trump said, someone told DSP, which I don't know if it's true or not, that Trump wanted to make tips not taxable. Which, like, whatever. He told him that, and immediately DSP like, he went Pogger mode, man. He was like, he was like bouncing for that. He was like,
I gotta talk to my tax guy. I gotta see how that works, man.
and it's like, dude, you don't even know if this is true or not. What if it's not true? And what if it doesn't happen? And like, come on now, dog.
I know for a fact from my dealings that I had with him when I worked for a helicopter company, he wouldn't pay.
This is so fucking shitty to listen to. Like, my God, man, you don't have to try this hard to dislike anyone. You don't have to try this hard to dislike Trump. You don't have to try hard to dislike Biden. You don't have to try this hard, man. This dude, like, I'm not a Trump guy. I don't like Trump. He's a scumbag because, like, you know, and this guy worked at customer service. And the only dealings he had was that he wouldn't pay his bills on time, which is like, did that happen? I don't know. And I fucking hate that we're listening to this guy say it. And this is the guy that says that, oh, you need proof to say shit. And he's saying this without proof. And he's only saying this because of his experience. What if they did pay his helicopter company and he doesn't know? What if he didn't know? Whatever.
Didn't pay his bills, and he was just constant sleazeball, you know?
But he's braggadocious, Phil. That's just Trump. That's who he is. That's who he is, man. You know, Trump, when he scams you while he looks you in the eye. Okay, he's just braggadocious, man. He's just giving you the Trump special.
And why did we know that? We've seen from his actions and everything. That's who he is. That's what I mean. Like, is there really hope for our country right now? I don't know, man. Like I said,
I just love that he was like more harsh about Biden, which is fine. Biden's an old ass man. I mean, come on, he's a fucking corpse on stage. And then when he's talking about Trump, he's like, you know, he's braggadocious. He's like rambunctious. He's like a fucking loudmouth. But I don't like him. He's like a scammer, and just uses like empty platitudes to describe him. It's like, okay, but like, what do you really think about him? Like, do you think he's a hateful guy? Does he come off as ignorant to you? Does he come off as a bigot to you? Like, what about these things that people say about him? What do you think about that? Oh no, he's just a scammer. But that, which is like the most like generic thing you could say about Trump. And to be fair, maybe I'm being a little like semantics about this. But whatever. It's just like, everyone has said that he's a scammer or whatever. Anyone could say this about Trump. I mean, whatever. In my opinion, I like Trump way more when he was just on TV doing shit like that. I mean, he should not have dipped his fucking foot in politics. He's just, whatever. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Last week, in my video about the Trump assassination attempt and everything, I said, when you're going to vote, no, actually, I said this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago during the debate debacle, right? If you're going to vote this November, All right. And I say that, I actually say, if you're going to vote, you should vote. But if you're going to vote, because a lot of people probably now are so disenfranchised, they don't want to vote anymore. They're like, fuck this. This system is bullshit. I don't care. Right. But if you're going to vote in November, again, you've got to vote on what party's policies are probably going to benefit you and the country best. Don't vote on a candidate because you got one candidate that you know is terrible, but at least is cognitively sound, and you're going to have a phantom candidate who we don't even know who it is yet, and good luck trying to build them up in 3 months to be believable as president, you know?
Okay.
So, man.
But we can't do that for Kamala, apparently, even though she was VP. Whatever.
So
okay.
vote for whatever, man, but this is in why.
Vote for whatever, man.
And again, the funny part about all this is you do realize that these things going on will affect all of us in the United States, that is, and worldwide as well. Like, whoever gets elected may very well...
Wait, you're telling me the presidential election affects global policies and all this other shit? Wow, I never would have known. Wow. Thank you, Phil, for telling me. I never would have known. Wow, dude. DSP opened my eyes.
So many things in my life. They may impact prices. They may impact interest rates. They could impact laws, law enforcement. They could impact taxes. They could
these are all things that he discovered during like the Trump and Biden administration, but it's like, come on.
Impact a million things just simply because one party got voted in over the other. But our government doesn't seem to take it that seriously. You know, to me, this feels like a soap opera. Does it not? It feels like an anime arc. It's a drama show.
Oh my god.
This isn't
dude. Shut up. Shut up. This dude who cries when people say his shit is like an anime arc or a saga. He gets so mad. But it's like more cringe to describe government politics like this. It's more cringe.
Politics that it's for people trying to serve the American public, right? Because here's the truth. Public servant, right? If Joe Biden was a public servant, he would not have been doing what he's been doing for the last 4 years. He is in cognitive decline. We can all agree.
Oh my god, anyone would say that, but guess what? Let's say Biden during the presidency decided to step down, right? Guess what DSP would say in his little podcast?
He became president, right? And this is his first year in office. His first year! And he decides that he doesn't want to be president anymore. Well, Biden, why didn't you run? Why didn't you run, Biden? Why didn't you win? Oh my god, what a piece of shit, man. Overpromise, underdeliver.
But now, Biden is dropping out before the election. So that way, like, someone younger could run in his place because life got in the way or whatever the fuck you want to look at it as, whatever. That's worse. I mean, at least he's like doing his job until the election. He's just saying he just doesn't want to run for a second term. Whatever. Okay.
Seen it. All right. He's older. He should not have been president. This should have never happened. He wasn't a public servant. He was a tool.
I mean, why didn't he say this when Trump won? That shouldn't have happened. But then, Hillary didn't give a fuck and she sucks. So,
the Democrat Party. All right. And that's the problem is we have two parties that are self-serving themselves instead of the country. So for 4 years, we've got a joke instead of a president. And so all we've gotten was, well, whatever comes down.
Why didn't he say Trump was a joke when he was president? Like, it's so funny to me that this dude was like so scared to even say Trump's name when he was on stream. Like he would just be terrified. And I do like some people bring up like, well, he did say that he was a con artist or whatever the fuck. But again, these are like empty like insults. Like it's like calling him a doo-doo head. Like, but he didn't really have anything like he didn't go as hard on Trump as he has with Obama and Biden. Just comparatively speaking. But even then, like, in my opinion, the reason why he didn't talk about Trump at all on Twitch is because he believed in the SJW boogeyman, that he thought that if he mentioned Trump, he was going to get banned off of Twitch. Because he believes in, like, this cartoonish, like, you get to think whatever about these websites. I'm not going to tell you what to think, but he believed in a super duper cartoony version of SJW woke cancel culture landscape. Like, because to some degree, when a lot of people who got banned for like numerous reasons that people might say that, oh, this person's racist and this guy got like Utex. I'll just bring him up, and because of the January 6th vaccine debacle. He got banned for that. And, you know, you can see that as like, well, if you just look at it like, you can at least look at it like this. Like January 6th was a violent like time. I mean, everyone was storming the Capitol. That's like not a peaceful thing that was going on. And then like with the vaccines, I mean, you know, whatever. I mean, I'm as I said, I'm a pro-vaccine guy, so whatever. You know my stance on that. And you can say that not taking vaccines is a dangerous statement because vaccines do intend to help. Whatever. Which are the point is that these are things that like you can realistically or reasonably say that these have negative consequences or whatever. So I could see why he might be banned for that. But DSP would think he would be banned for simply just saying Trump is cool. And then he would be banned for saying that. Like that's the kind of thinking DSP has with woke cancel culture land he believes in. That's what I'm getting at. This is a really long roundabout way of saying it, but that's what I'm getting at. Is that he thinks that kind of childish thinking kind of bullshit. Because at least with like some other people they can describe why they think it's bullshit that some of these people get banned off of sites. But to DSP, you will just be banned for just saying really stupid shit because of wokeism, which is like not even like it just doesn't make sense when you look at it or think about it longer than a second.
Down the line from Democrats, whatever comes down the line from Democrats, whatever comes down the line. We don't have a human as a president. When Trump was president, he was a human as president.
He was a human. Oh boy,
whatever comes down the line from Democrats, whatever comes down the line from Democrats, whatever.
But why isn't that the same for Republicans? Isn't Republicans just shoving candidates in your face, saying vote for this, vote for this, vote for this? Like again, the whole Republican Party, like why did he criticize the Republican candidates that have criticized Trump to then later say he's cool, whatever? Like Mitt Romney, for example, was critical of Trump, and then like he had a dinner with Trump, and then the next day he was like, I'm gonna support Trump, whatever. He said shit like that, and it's like, you're not gonna stick up for your beliefs. Like the only person that I can recall that stood against Trump was Liz Cheney, and then she got censored from the party. Like DSP's is not gonna say anything about that. Like what about that? Like someone voiced an opinion, and then the Republican Party like shunned her. What about that? We're not gonna talk about that. But if that was the Democratic Party, he would be bringing that up. Like, so you get this, okay? A Democrat said that Biden should leave, and then they censored them. Wow, what a party, man! Imagine you speak your mind, and then the party you're with, you agree with, right? Just because you criticize them, they shun you, man. Like, why didn't he talk about this other stuff? Why was he so silent about these other instances that the Republican Party did stuff that wasn't so favorable? But instead, we get the little like hand wave of like, well, they do bad stuff too, but the Democrats are worse. Like what? Why is he not being? Why is he being critical of the Republican Party being kind of two-faced too? But no, only the Democrats do this. No one else. The Republicans all did not fall in line and push Trump to be unified. No, that didn't happen. They all just love him, apparently. They all just aren't doing this to be unified behind their candidate. Only the Democrats do that. Okay.
Whatever comes down the line. We don't have a human as a president. When Trump was
president. Again, he's insinuating that any candidate that you see in the Democrats are not human. Which is like very cynical, but if you're gonna be that cynical, you should at least be cynical about the Republican Party as well, because you could argue that Trump is also a figurehead. Because what if there's like a shadow government that wanted Trump there because he's gonna favor billionaires or whatever the fuck? Like it's just like, if you're gonna be cynical, at least be cynical both ways, not just one way.
President, he was a human as president, and that's why people were like, oh shit, this is not good, because he's not a level-headed guy, right? So now we got the nut job who goes crazy and causes controversy with what he says and does, or the complete empty-headed tool of the Democrat Party.
It's so weak to just say that all Trump is just saying outlandish things, that he's just crazy. Like, he has also pushed policies that negatively affect certain communities too. Like, I mean, come on. Whatever.
that party. What's worse? I don't even know. I don't know. Yeesh.
Yeesh.
Well, anyway, this is wild. So obviously what's going to end up happening is, there's going to be a lot of discourse now for the next week or two of who's going to be the Democratic candidate, and then they're going to announce it, and then they're going to have to do it. It's going to be like starting up again, like starting over. Because again, the whole thing is, what was the point of that debate of Biden versus Trump? It was a waste of everyone's time. Gee, thanks. Thanks,
Again,
American government.
Again, they did not know that he was going to drop out in July because, again, like the party made a let's assume that the party wanted him to drop out, but he wasn't dropping out. Again, it wouldn't benefit the Democrats to all just be against Biden publicly like that, and then like whatever. I mean, for the same reason why all Republican candidates like Mitt Romney, and a few others, Chris Christie, whatever the fuck, the New Jersey guy, all were against Trump. Then when he was elected, they all decided to fall in line with Trump because it doesn't benefit any party to be verbally against their candidate. And then when the candidate wants to drop out, they're gonna be supportive of that. Like whatever. I mean, again, you could be cynical or pessimistic about the candidates or whatever you want. I mean that that shit happens. But I mean, you also have to be also like fair with the chain of events, because to some degree, I do think that they weren't expecting him to drop out like in July. I don't think that they were expecting that as much, because if they did, then why did it take so long to get to Kamala Harris to announce that she's gonna take the place? Right, correct, whatever.
Government, we really care about the people, public servants. You wasted our fucking time, right?
Like, imagine if Biden did better in that debate. Like, imagine if Biden won that debate, right? And everyone loved Biden then. Would he still drop out? I mean, I don't think he would, because he would have a very positive outcome. But it wasn't. Again, it was an uphill battle for Biden, and I don't think it was gonna go anywhere for him. And I think him dropping out and then getting Kamala Harris is probably the best thing that could happen to the Democrats than just sticking with Biden.
I mean, if the Democrats were smart, they would just start over. They would just take everyone who's in the upper positions of that party who's over the age of like 60 and just kick them out.
Oh, okay.
Just kick them all out. So, and get people who...
Again, what about the Republicans that have people over the age of 60? I mean, I like that we're also like ignoring the fact that Trump is not that much, like, he's not that far in age with Biden. Like, if Trump wins, he's gonna be the oldest president to be inaugurated. Like, that's where we're at. But we're having the age debate with Biden when both of them are old fucks that should not be running. But whatever, okay.
People who are smart and vibrant and have like ideas and shit in there, instead of the old guard who obviously don't know what the fuck they're doing, because look what they've just done. And again, it's supposed to be a two-party system, but in reality it's not. It's supposed to be a bunch of parties. It's just a two-party system, so when one party fucks up, the other one always benefits. But what about everyone else? Oh no, they never have a chance. Unreal. People are saying that they already announced the candidate, but just so you know, it's not on social media. So what you're...
All right, we're just gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Yet, so you can stop lying. It's on Biden's Twitter. He just put it up. Okay, let me check.
Yeah, I think he put it up and he deleted it.
Ago. Guys got it wrong. Biden is endorsing Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee.
Okay.
That doesn't mean she's going to be the Democratic nominee.
Well, that pretty much does mean that, though, because think about it, though. He's the president, and he's endorsing Kamala Harris. Like, is Kamala Harris really going to say, no thanks? And then everyone else started to fall in line, too. Like, I mean, come on.
He's endorsing her. So he's backing her. That doesn't mean that she's going to be the candidate. You guys don't know how to read.
You don't know how to read. This guy telling you that you don't know how to read is insane. There's so many examples of this guy just reading shit and not knowing what he just read. It is insane and crazy that this dude is telling you don't know how to read. Like, if I was in chat and he told me I didn't know how to read, I'd become a super detractor. I'd do some shit because I'd be damned if a dude who doesn't know how to read is telling me I don't know how to read.
That's not how it works.
I'm not taking it from him.
His vote for the next president is Kamala, but that doesn't mean that she's going to be the candidate. It's the Democratic Party will decide. Okay.
All right, now we're singing silence.
So anyway, just insanity. Wow. Dude, but do you understand again? What a year. Why I don't want to do a DSP politics channel or anything.
He just talked about politics. Look how stupid this is.
I don't want to do a DSP politics.
But he does talk about politics. What's the DSP politics channel gonna be then? But it's so obvious. This guy just wants to do it at the beginning of the following year, so he can do his little cringe shit of like
new year, new channel,
and all his other bullshit. Because this dude is so mundane, regimented in his little routines. Like, enough.
Let's let this dust settle this year. Let's let this election go by. Let's let all the nonsense happen, and then once it settles in and we're set in for 4 years, maybe then I'll consider it. But this is just, it's too volatile. It's too much drama. It's too much garbage.
All this is, in my opinion, what it kind of tells me is that he doesn't want to learn about, like, he wants to see who's president so he knows what to think. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. This dude wants to see who's gonna win so he can know what talking points to have. Because this guy, I don't believe he's gonna tell us what he truly believes. He may, the only thing he'll believe, like, again, this is my predictions for his politics channel. Any policy that deals with, like, trans rights, whatever rights, like, you know, LGBT rights, right? Whatever, those rights. Any policy dealing with that, he's not going to talk about it. He's going to say, well, you know, they got to do this, and, you know, it is what it is, man. You should be up to the States, and you should not be up to the States, you know, you got to listen about science, man. That's going to be his opinion on those kind of matters, is that he's just going to be very indifferent about that. But let's say that there's a law that's going to make door dashing super duper expensive. Like, you're gonna have to, like, get a permit to get a DoorDash now, or whatever the fuck. He's gonna go off on that.
So get this, okay? The president wants to, like, make DoorDash a special department where you need to get a permit. Get this, you need a permit to DoorDash. What?
Oh no, I got it. They're gonna make DoorDash. Oh, whoops! I did not mean to kick the camera. But let's say they make a law that's like, okay, DoorDashing, Uber Eats, these things, they are covered by minimum wage. So they can't get tips anymore. They're all covered by minimum wage.
So they're gonna get minimum wage? No, now food is gonna skyrocket. Oh my god, no!
Like that kind of shit. He's gonna start shitting about that. Then if it's like, okay, they're gonna make a tax law where you're gonna pay, all your money's gonna go to taxes now.
Look at this. They want to take all my money. Oh my god, this government's terrible. I hate it.
That kind of shit. That's gonna be the only thing he is gonna be vocal about. But when it comes to, like, stuff that affects any other community, he's gonna be like, well, you know what? It is what it is, man. And that's all it's gonna be, because look at Roe v. Wade. Look when that overturned. He didn't even want to address it. He didn't even want to talk about it. Didn't even want to understand the debate about what would happen if that got overturned and the ramifications that followed. Didn't want to talk about that. Of course not. You think he's going to want to talk about, like, because J.D. Vance is saying a lot of crazy shit. Like, he wants to just make all abortions illegal. Like, make it, like, no exceptions. Is DSP going to talk about that and talk about how fucked up that is? Probably not, because it's scary to insinuate that maybe abortion is not such a bad thing after all. Oh, that'd be too scary to say. To be a pro-choice kind of guy, that is a scary thing to say, apparently. Whatever.
Garbage.
Or at least have some exceptions, you know? Come on.
This doesn't feel like reality to me. It doesn't. I feel like we're living in a drama show. We're living in a soap opera. We're living in an anime arc. We're living in some weird Truman Show. There you go. This is the Truman Show, right? This isn't real. We're all just sitting here. Everyone, wherever you are right now watching my stream.
it's kind of scary when he goes on these little tangents because I feel eventually he's gonna get old enough where he's gonna start believing his own bullshit like that. Like he's gonna go on and say it's the Truman Show, then say it actually is.
It's not real. It's all a set. At any moment, someone's going to accidentally open the door and you're going to see the whole set behind there exposed. Because this is all, they're pranking us, right? This is some fucking punking to the next level. There's no way this could be real. I mean, this is nuts. So, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
All right. So, anyway, that's all I really have to say, okay?
Okay.
That's all I really have to say.
All right.
For now. If more crazy stuff happens, I'll talk about it. But I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think that America's future is very bright right now at all. I don't see how things could go worse at this point.
All right.
I guess we're gonna see what happens. But I have no clue who will actually be the candidate. Obviously, the president wants Kamala Harris, but I'm gonna be honest, people don't like Kamala Harris. The polling and everything is people do not like that
The
woman.
polling is
They
different
find
now.
her-
The polling is different now. But I love that, like, Trump is annoying and obnoxious, braggadocious, blah, blah, blah. That's a human. That's cool. But Kamala Harris that has the same kind of attitude, that's bad. Like, this is the kind of sexism people talk about sometimes.
Find her obnoxious. They find her like most people don't even think she's intelligent, which is funny. But that's just the portrayal.
But again, people have said this about Trump. People literally have said this about Trump. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, come on.
That they say in the media and everything. It's like, oh my God. So.
And I've not seen anyone say that about her, though, to be honest. I didn't see anyone say that she's dumb. I'm just assuming I'd probably see that, like, on Fox. And, you know, like, conservative style, like, talking points. Whatever. I mean, come on. But I've not seen anyone say she's stupid. But whatever. But even then, people said the same thing about Trump. I don't, like, come on.
There you go. Rich88 just said the last president who did not run for re-election was Lyndon B. Johnson. Anyone remember Lyndon B?
So there has been a president of it then.
Remember that? Remember Lyndon B?
Good
Man,
Lord.
remember my fist in your face?
Anyway. All right. So that's it. I'm done. That's DS Politics for today. I just had to speak. So now you know my opinion. If anyone asks me about it, I'll say watch the Level 1 podcast from this morning. I did 20 minutes on it.
That would
We're
be
moving past it
torture.
now, and we can focus on what we're doing.
That would be
today.
like punishment.
Today's
That's
React Day. And today
that's a punishment. Okay. So I think I have to go to OP Boon to find out the exact timestamp of what I want to talk about. The next part. And luckily this will be a little bit later. I know I'm scared to read the comments, but look, you know, if you disagree with me, that's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you you're wrong or you're dumb or you know, whatever. The only dumbass here is Philip PP Burnell. He's the only idiot here. You know, it is what it is. The only opinion I care about? Okay, this is what matters. If you're gonna shit on Jacko, Elfelt, or Biking in a shitty way, like I can understand you may not like Elf to fight against Elfelt in XR. I get that. You know, she's like crazy, but if you're gonna say that these characters suck or whatever, you're wrong. You're factually incorrect, and you're wrong, and you're a terrible person. Okay, so don't fucking say that. Okay, Jacko haters, you're not welcome here. Okay. Let's see. Legacy Dungeons. Oh my god, where is it? Struggle with audience experience. Sucks by the challenge of pleasing viewers with gameplay choices. Addresses criticism both builds. I don't think it's that. Because I don't think he talked about these games. I don't remember when he talked about it. Oh, okay, here we go. Where to start? Okay, we'll do this.
And so I feel like right now, in 42 years old, my brain is kind of at the best it's ever been. I'm solving complex codex puzzles
Oh,
live on a
man. Oh, man. Wow, he can solve puzzles, guys. At age 42. Wow. Guys, give him a round of applause. He could solve puzzles. You know, maybe that's what Biden should have. He should have. When he went to that debate, this is what he should have done. He should have come out on stage and said, we're like, okay, Biden, what are you gonna do about the inflation? And he's like, well, you know, about inflation, you know, and like I just figured out this puzzle. I played this Riven game, man. It's like, you know, man, it's really crazy, man. I did some puzzles, man. I solved it. I solved some puzzles. You know, it's crazy, man. Puzzles. Inflation go puzzle mode. And then Trump like, I don't need to play puzzles. I know inflation sucks, and I'm gonna make a tremendous effort to make bigly improvements. I don't know, whatever fuck. There you go. That's what Biden needed. If he said that, maybe he would have pulled better, but he fucking said he's gonna destroy Medicare, which is fucking a scary thought, man.
On a stream for the finale of a game. I'm playing Street Fighter at a high competitive level. I'm beating the toughest, best it's ever been. I'm solving complex codex puzzles live on a stream for the finale of a game. I'm playing Street Fighter at a high competitive level.
Okay, you know what? Since he's bragging about his brain and how cool it is, that it's the best it's ever been, he should pick up Guilty Gear, Xrd or Strive. He could get XR. It has rollback netcode on the Steam version, so he could buy that, and then he could show me good level Jacko. He should pick Jacko, and then he could brag about his brain being high level, because you know I played Jacko in Xrd, and let me tell you, there's nothing more satisfying when the opponent is overwhelmed by all your little servants. You have like 3 houses set, and they just keep pumping out little servants, and then when they get overwhelmed, they just do an easy dust combo. Oh, forget about it. It's easy. It's over. It's never been so over. When you're Jacko and you get to do that, it's like, whoa. So I want him to pick up Guilty Gear, you know, maybe even Strive, and pick Jacko, and then come back to me and say how smart he is, because is he gonna understand the combos you can do with Jacko and Earl servants? Probably not. He probably doesn't even understand. He probably wouldn't understand it. And then when you think about Roman canceling, oh man, that would even fry him even more. So I want him, like, this dude is bragging about it, how he's playing competitive fighting games at a high level. Why doesn't he pick more complex characters? He picks such like gimmicky characters like Blanca, Dalsim, Honda, Geef, Bison.
I'm beating the toughest boss in FromSoft history, legit.
And then he says that he plays like Street Fighter at a high level, but he avoids playing Cammy for more than one match when he loses. But he's bragging, man. Let him brag. Let him brag.
Summoning, it's pretty nuts what I'm pulling off here.
He doesn't summon except for when he does summon, right?
Hey,
now he says it because of story reasons, but I mean, do you really need to summon to enjoy the story in those little segments in the DLC? I never played Elden Ring. I never played. Whoops. I have played it. I stopped playing it because the patch got too big, and it's like I'm not deleting games for this game.
It's wild. Of course, now nobody cares, and of course that's a gross over exaggeration. And I don't want.
Nobody cares. Gross exaggeration. This dude should just be happy that the people that watch him care. But no, he wants random people to give him validation for what he does in video games. Man.
To downplay those of you who like me and watch my content and support it. Okay? I appreciate that. When I say nobody cares, sadly it's just a feeling that I have. It's not resentment, it's more like sadness that back in the day when I was an asshole,
dude.
a fool,
Why talk about this? This dude says, who cares about how you play a game? Who cares? And now he's like, no one cares about how I play. Remember when he used to say that, when people said that his FromSoft playthroughs suck and this and he should play a different way or whatever the fuck. And he said, this isn't a competitive game. Who cares how I play, man? And now he wants validation for it. Dude, how old are you?
Right? I wasn't good at games.
Guys, validate my Jacko gameplay. I upload my Jacko gameplay to this channel. Some people like the videos, but no one comments to validate my gameplay. Why hasn't anyone commented saying, wow, your Jacko is inspirational. Theo, your Jacko is so good. Oh my god, Theo, your Jacko, man. How come no one does that? Why is no one validating me? Come on. Imagine if everyone on YouTube, everyone talked like this. Dude, come on.
Games. I was just sitting there ranting.
The most I got, guys, actually the most I got is one guy, I saw one comment that said, Theo, I started getting to Guilty Gear Strive, and I was like, wow. And I did heart the comment because, like, I got someone into a game I like. Crazy, right? Hopefully that person is playing a good character. If I find out that this guy is playing Happy Chaos, I'm gonna unheart that comment. I'm gonna find that comment I liked, and I'm gonna unlike it because that's we don't need any more Happy Chaoses in the world. That's all I gotta say about that.
Raving, swearing, saying controversial, dumb shit constantly.
Okay,
when I was an asshole, when I was a fool, right?
Right?
I wasn't good at games. I was just sitting there ranting, raving, swearing, saying controversial, dumb shit constantly.
But
right?
But when he played fighting games, he was supposedly really good at it, though, huh? But I thought he was playing a character. Now he just sucked at games. I thought he played a character, huh?
All that stuff. That's when I was at the height of my popularity. If only what I was doing today is what I was doing 12 years ago.
Again, I don't think if he was a god gamer, I don't think people would like him. I just don't. I don't think that would happen. There'd probably be a higher chance of people liking me before they like him.
2011, 2012, when I was getting insane views on YouTube, I think things could have been a lot different. Because what ended up happening was I got known as that clown who sucked at games, who didn't appreciate his audience, who didn't do the right stuff.
And yet you still don't appreciate your audience. Like, this dude. So, Kino Casino started to cross over into his chat and all this stuff. And guess who he talked to most? Them. To those viewers. Every time when a big group starts watching his channel, he talks more and cares more about them than his own fucking audience. Every time his audience says anything, he's like, okay, fine, I'll do. You guys are complaining. You guys are complaining this and that. But if someone that's new, like that's from a big streamer like Kino Casino or whatever the fuck, he's like, oh, I should lower the okay, I'll do that, man. Wow, you guys are so cool, man. Wow, I love you guys. I hope you guys are sticking around, man. Guys, oh my god, guys, you're so cool, man. I love you guys. But then when it's really that abusive kind of guy where when you have guests over, they're super nice and super cool, but then the moment they leave, they're an asshole. And it's kind of funny too because I kind of vaguely remember on Twitch when a big streamer would raid or just show up in chat. I remember vividly. I don't remember exactly, but I do feel like it happened that people were thanking the guy for showing up because they're like, oh, thank you for showing up, man. He was in such a bad mood. Thank you for showing up. And this, I remember vaguely seeing posts like that in his Twitch chat, and I just kind of remember thinking that's so funny because this is like probably how abuse victims act when a guest is over. They're like, don't leave. Oh my god. Because this guy kind of abuses his audience. He takes them for granted all the time.
And squandered all of that, right? Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I do look back and I have to agree with that. Now, the thing is, I have no aspirations to be some giant celebrity or to be rich or anything like that. I'm very happy with where I am.
Then why are you, like, wishing... What?
But, I mean, It stands to reason. Let's be honest. Take a look at where I am in Street Fighter. Take a look at where I am in Elden Ring. Take a look at what I just did in Riven last night. Can you name one other content creator who just did that in 2 days?
Can you name anyone that cared? Like, who would care about this? And I thought you don't care. Like, I thought you'd enjoy games. Why are you rushing through games?
Did all that shit, a variety of challenging content in 2 fucking days
Oh,
back to back?
man.
If someone else who was
People beat this game like way before DSP, and he would be yelling saying, "Who cares? Who cares when they beat it?" But he beats it. Guys, where's my ass pats?
notable did it, it would be like the talk of the town. Oh my god, this guy's like one of the best gamers. You believe that he fucking got, you know, this crazy streak of high-end gameplay in Street Fighter 6. Then he beat Radon.
Are you serious though? Dude. There are good players in fighting games now more than ever. Okay.
Legit in Elden Ring. Then he fucking did this crazy codex thing in Riven. And it's all on stream live, so it's all legit. It's not like he faked it. You know, that's the kind of shit you hear someone fake it.
Dude, he looked up guides. Like, he knew stuff that was impossible for him to know otherwise. Come on.
Right?
Ain't?
You know? But because it's Dark Side Phil, nobody cares. And again, it's not that nobody cares. That's a gross over-exaggeration. Because it's Dark Side Phil who did it, it doesn't mean anything, right? It's a throwaway. It's throwaway.
People who act like this, they should not get any attention. Like, because it's insinuating that, does he do this because he cares or that he likes the video game, or does he do it for the attention? Correct?
It's disposable. It means nothing at all, right? And that's sad, because again, 12 years ago, everyone would have been talking about it on YouTube. They would have been like, wow, this guy is crazy. Look at all this crazy stuff he's doing, right? Yes, hundreds of streamers have beaten Radon Crema Coco, and how many of them did it legit?
And now we're gonna, like, critique them and say, if they did it legit. Again, this guy literally ranted and raved. He has a KO gaming video where he said that he hates people that care this much about how you play a single player game. He literally has complained about this. Half the reason why he's like, people hate me is because he complained that Metal Gear fans gave too much of a shit about how he played Metal Gear. And look at him now. He is saying that other people's playthroughs are not legit because they either summoned or they changed their build or whatever the fuck. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Again, I said this in the last video. It's impossible to take this guy seriously when he doesn't even take himself to his own fucking point. When people hold him accountable for his own standards, he hates people that do that. But this guy will hold you over the coals for standards he doesn't even hold to himself. He hated people for talking like this. Go watch the first Dark Souls Redemption run. The moment he got that overpowered spear, and then look at the aftermath. I don't remember if Mr. Self got his channel back, or where you could find it, but he had pre-streams back in the day ranting and raving about people saying his Dark Souls Redemption run wasn't legit because of that fucking spear. And he said,
well, these people say that my run is not legit because, okay, get this, man. I got a spear that was an RNG drap, and I used it. Look, guys, it's in the game, and I'm using a weapon that's in the game, okay?
And this and that. He would go on rants about this. He had forum posts defending that. But now, he's going on saying that these other people that beat the game before me, did they do it legit? Dude, shut up. And he's only saying this because no one is giving him ass pats for playing video games. The thing he gets paid for.
How many of them did it legit without summoning or you know, broken build stuff? right? I'm not saying it's not a lot, probably still hundreds, but I'm one of them, right? I'm literally one of them that did it legit. That's an accomplishment in
Wow.
itself.
No, it's not.
And then how many of them were playing at master level and doing well in Street Fighter 6? And how many of them did a crazy? That's what I'm.
Now he says this, but guess what? He's not legend rank. He's not legend status at all. Now what he aims for is they get 1,600 ranking points. That's the aim. With his characters that are like what, 1,500? Wow, what a goal! He can get 16 so easily. It's such a low-hanging fruit goal. It's such a it's a basic bitch goal to get. And all these goals he gets is, these are where the real players are, 1,600. So if someone is like 1,599 MR, they're not good. They suck. But if they get 1 point, they're good. They're good players magically. Really? And again, this guy is not legend status at all. And he's like giving him ass pass for being master rank. A thing he went from saying that it's such an accomplishment, he bragged about it, to then say, well, everyone can get it. You can have a losing streak, and a losing ratio, excuse me, and still get master, this and that. And now he's bragging again about being master. This dude is so pathetic for fucking like any form of validation. This dude is 42 years old and he's like desperate for validation. At this point, literally, quite literally, a stripper has more dignity than DSP. A homeless person has more dignity than DSP. This dude is so pathetic. He has all this stuff going for him and he's just like still not satisfied. Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like back to back to back.
And remember, this is the guy that says that as he got older, he got more down to earth, and he mellowed out, and he chilled. And now he's crying about not getting validation. This is the guy that tells you that he's mellowed out over the years, freaking out about him not getting ass pats for playing video games. Okay.
High level stuff.
But remember, guys, he's just like you and me. He's just like you and me.
Games recently, but no one will ever talk about it. Oh, it's not a big deal. All right, well, fair enough, right?
You know, the last time people talked about him was when he played Tears of the Kingdom. That was the last time when people talked about him, and it wasn't very positive.
Fair enough.
You know, that's what it is. You know, that's what it is. He was like, he's low key upset that he blew up on TikTok, but not for the reasons he wants. So he's like, why am I not blowing up on TikTok for being good? Huh? It's almost like it's funnier when you fail at very, very easy shit. Like, he's bragging about beating Riven. Meanwhile, I know for a fact you looked at guides, because I think there was a few streams where he said, okay, guys, gotta look it up, man. Or whatever. But then but regardless, he brags about that. But you go to Tears of the Kingdom and he's just like, what do I do? Do I put the balls in the, huh? What the, huh? And then like an hour later, so I'm just supposed to know, like, because he thought it was a glitch, by the way, that these balls are supposed to go on the plate. I don't even know how I solved it. That was just supposed to know, huh? And this guy is bragging about beating Riven. Like, I'm just gonna assume he got help, because the fact that a lot of the Zelda puzzles stumped him that badly, I think it's very clear he got help. You can't convince me. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yes, you're saying Kai Cenat did it. That's right. Yeah, Kai Cenat. People said he did it in 99 hours. I did it in 5.5.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, I had like 400 people on stream, half of which were all talking shit constantly. People screaming, just change.
Dude, literally, his chat's here. The game is over there. It's very easy for him to ignore chat. I don't want to hear him crying about chat.
Change your build. Change your build. Change your build. What the fuck? Shut up. No, I'm gonna beat him like this.
But didn't he change his build though? He changed his build like multiple times. As he said he wasn't gonna change it. Okay.
I'm learning. I'm getting
Whatever.
better. Why are you screaming at me to change my build? It's not
I
like
watched a little bit of the Meerkat restream of it, didn't finish it yet. And Meerkat like showed evidence that DSP definitely looked at a guide by saying, "Hey, look, he has the same equipment as this other guy." And it's like, yeah, it's like very close, if
Like,
not
you know,
exact.
Kai's on a stream. He probably has 40,000 people all cheering for him, right? Everyone's excited. Everyone's all pumped for it and shit. And for me, it's kind of like I always feel like I'm fighting a battle, but it's just for myself. Because let's be honest, if I didn't beat Radon, who would have cared? No one. You know? But it's
No
fine.
one.
I understand. I'm
It's
not who I
fine.
used to be, that's for sure. It's just kind of like, you got to accept it. It's resignation. It's like, yeah, it is what it is. If this happened 12 years ago, things would have been very different. But it's just, 12 years ago, I was an idiot. Right? I was a complete moron. And I acted like a fool. And I didn't take a look at industry changes coming. And I didn't want to listen.
Oh
to
my
feedback
god,
to
dude, this
improve,
is
and
so.
I didn't want to listen.
So like we listened to him like shame Biden for not knowing the future. Why are we should shame DSP for not knowing the future back then, correct? I mean, but even then, it's still a clown world because he literally was told, "Hey, this would help you," and then he would whatever, like.
Listen to what my fans were telling me. I did a bunch of stuff that was wrong.
I'm like,
if I wanted to grow or at least stay where I was, right? And then I just had a big string of bad luck when it came to
don't need to cover your mouth when you cough. Sorry, when I was like on vacation, like my mom had her friends over, and I don't like her this specific friend she has. She is so annoying. I every time when I was growing up and I had to be with her, it's like, I hate this lady. She needs to fucking go away. All this stuff. We were stuck with her for this vacation, and it made me so negative. I was so mad to the point where it was like I just had to go swimming. I went to the beach. I was just doing my best just to enjoy the vacation, which I did, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the vacation all the same, but this person just kind of brought down the mood a little bit. The reason I bring this up is that she has the same fucking shit that DSP does. She's a slob. She is like disgusting, annoying. Like, there were moments where I thought I was gonna yell at her, literally. And she's older than me too. She's like, fucking what, in her 70s, and it's like, I nearly, but we had one car because we're not gonna like fucking go crazy. And it's like, whatever. Literally, it was like spending time with DSP, and I just sat there and was like, when I go back and I start doing DSP videos again, I don't know if this toxicity is gonna carry over into this, because it was annoying. Now the other thing was, she ended up getting COVID. So she left early with the vacation, which, as much as I would not wish COVID on anyone else, if anyone else got it, that would suck. But when she got it, I was like, thank God she can finally leave, and I don't have to fucking deal with her ever again. But I sat there, I was like, I'm not surprised she had COVID either, because they were just slobs. And the thing that was driving me up the wall was that they would never cover their mouth when they coughed or sneezed or anything. Like, mostly coughed. I don't know about them sneezing. I never seen them sneeze, but they just wouldn't cover their mouth. And it's like, guys, I don't care if you're sick or not. Common courtesy, cover your fucking mouth. Like, dude, they're older than me and they don't have that courtesy. Like, come on. And these people gave me fucking shit for just being on my phone for like a second. We were eating breakfast and I just want to see what's going on Twitter. And I'm like, open it. Why are you on your phone? And it's like, bitch, you don't cover your mouth when you cough, and you're gonna fucking give me shit for looking at my phone for like a second? Get out of here. And you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. Let me do what the fuck I want, bitch. But whatever, whatever. And after that, I made sure I never had the opportunity to eat breakfast with them ever again. I made sure I woke up early, made my own breakfast, sat, and just enjoyed the vacation. That was the key to success. And it's crazy. I'm seeing a lot of parallels with her, and it's like, man, I would probably hate this guy even more in person. I'm just gonna say that these two are probably the most obnoxious people in the planet. Next to them, I'll be honest. These two people, ugh.
And it's all history now.
It's
You know
all
what I
history,
mean? It's
man.
all history. So I'm kind of like, I've
And
accepted
you know
all
what?
of it.
And the funny thing is, that person also did nothing but complain. It just every time we were driving around Greece, just complaining. Oh, I want to go to a restaurant that's authentic Greek food. Oh, I gotta go there. Oh, see, has a hotel there. It's not authentic. And I was like, bitch, who cares? They make food, and the food is probably good. I mean, there's really no bad restaurant in Greece. Like, you would have to try. And it's like, I want to go here. This feel. Yeah. This and that. This and that. I have these doubts. Oh my god. This and that. And it's like, just nonstop. And they wouldn't shut up. She wouldn't shut up. And the ironic thing is, her husband is probably like the nicest guy, and he's probably like, and he's pretty funny. He does say some funny jokes, and that's it. And he's stuck with her. Like, they're like Lester and his wife in Fargo season 1, the first one, the wife that got that Lester murdered, pretty much. That's their relationship, pretty much. But Lester, is Lester. So I mean, he's not exactly like Lester, but he's kind of like that kind of like timid kind of guy. But he's a nice guy, whatever. But she is just awful. I hated being around her. Like I never like I left that vacation. Like, I think I hate her more than I did before, and I don't think I ever want to see her again. Like, so there you go. I'm glad I don't have to see her again, because I'm never gonna fucking talk to her again. And I never did. I never will. I made sure that I never paid attention when she talked. I every time she talked, I would like look around. I would just kind of look at my food, whatever. If anyone else talked, I would like look at them and listen to them. But I just don't give a fuck about her. I was intentionally rude to her because I hated her. She's so annoying. Just da, 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 da. And it's not even like interesting. Just fucking bitching, complaining, whining, and then just being obnoxious and annoying. It's just and then she has this tendency to just overstay her welcome and just stay for long periods of time forever. Like, I remember as a kid, she would be there and it would just feel like forever. It was like fucking daunting. Oh my god. I just oh my god. And now I'm back to this. We're back to hell.
Of it, at 42, I'm happy where we are.
But at least I can pause. At least I can
like
pause.
the fact that we have a good
and
time
I can say
what I play.
And I can say what I mean about him, because obviously I'm not gonna like be super duper mean to this person in front of my mom, because I'm not an asshole like that. But I gotta take it out on this guy who deserves it, because this guy's a piece of shit. So it's all good.
But it does. I mean, like to give you some perspective here.
Okay, let's get
Even
some perspective.
in the last 10 years, when I was playing Bloodborne, when I was playing Dark Souls 2 and 3, when I was playing those games, it had a big fight feel. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It had a big those events had a big fight feel to them. Now I don't really get that anymore. You know what I mean?
Dude, like back then he sucked at the games and he cheesed. Like Dick Lightning is literally him cheesing the game.
I mean, like, it's like, nah. Like when I was fighting the epic bosses in those games, it was like, oh, everyone's gonna be on stream, everyone wants to see it. Then it's like, I beat him, it's no big deal. And that kind of sucks. I wish that there was a better feeling of height and a better feeling of excitement behind this stuff. But I don't really get it anymore.
This
I think it's
dude,
because number one,
you know, it's funny. Like before in the past, he would get celebratory cheers for beating games, and now like he barely gets that. Barely, like if at all. Like the crowds would roll and like, all right, I mean, our Mikey gave you a 2,000-bit cheer. And he says, congrats on beating the game. Wow, we got a celebratory cheer for you beating the game, man. But now that doesn't happen.
number one, I've been doing this for 16 years. And number two, because let's be honest, I just don't get that level of positivity behind me anymore. I don't, yes, there are people
What?
rooting for me.
Again, he's focusing on people that are not even there. Why don't you just focus on the people that show up? Why are you riding the wave of positivity from your current audience? Instead of thinking about that, he's thinking about, oh, these other people are not watching me. Oh, this isn't gonna get clipped on TikTok.
For me, and I'm happy that I have the small positive fan base that I have, but it does kind of suck. If I had quit on Radon and said I'm not doing it, that would have been news. But because I beat him legit in 5.5 hours, that will
Him quitting on Radon would have been news in the detractor sphere and like, oh, this guy rage quit, man, or whatever. Because like it's funny. Rage quitting is funny to people, whatever the fuck. Like, dude, people were talking about Maximilian, dude, rage quitting Callisto Protocol. Do you see Maximilian, dude, crying about people talking about that? No, he probably moved on with his life. But this dude, like, focused on all this, like, arbitrary thing that he doesn't need to think about, just to complain, just to whine. Whine, wah.
that will never be news, right?
Constantly
so I think
whining.
you understand where I'm coming from now, right? If I rage quit Street Fighter 6 and have a bad day, that's news. If I play the best stream I've ever done in Street Fighter 6, getting crazy wins, getting to over 1,600 ranking points, that's not news. Nobody cares. You see? Everyone just wants the toxic and the negative. No one cares about the positive.
Dude, you're not even legend status, and who cares? You're playing boring characters, and it's just you watch tech videos. This dude watched tech videos to play these characters. I did a whole video about it. This dude was like, "Oh, these other people they watch videos. But I used to learn the game." This dude literally watched fucking YouTube videos how to play these characters. I watched only one video to learn how to play Jacko and Exard. Just Jacko, by the way. And that's all I watched. And that was just the basics of playing the character. Then I played her, then I learned other stuff with her. And now I play Strive. I didn't watch any videos of how to play Jacko and Strive. I just stuck with her. And I feel accomplished where I am with her. I'm not great with her. I don't do any crazy stuff with Jacko. But it's like, I'm actually kind of happy where I am, where I started with her and where I am now, where it's like now I'm actually doing stuff I can actually like pressure with her. Before it was just like, it would be a struggle. But this guy, he picks like super turbo characters. That's all he plays. The exception is Lily, but in reality, he only picked Lily because she's the T-Hawk representative of the game. He's not... He picked up Luke, dropped him because he actually required you to play the game. He dropped Akuma, but you know he would want to play with him. He didn't stick with Aki. He didn't stick with any of these new characters. He's only playing the mainstay Super Turbo cast because this guy is thirsty for Super Turbo, which is why it's a joke when this guy says,
For season passes, I want new characters.
No, you don't. You just want Super Turbo. And because they gave you new characters, then guess what? He didn't stick with them. Kimberly, new character, didn't play her. Jamie, new character, didn't play him. Aki, new character, didn't play him. He keeps claiming that Kimberly's not his playstyle, but he didn't even try playing her. And I kind of believe him because you probably need to pay attention to the game and not do the same pattern. This guy's gameplay of these characters is a pattern play. It's so disgusting that this guy cries about other pattern players when he plays patterns himself, which is why when people download this guy and they just react to him, he gets bodied hard by them the moment they understand what he's going for. This dude is such a fucking con man. Get out of here.
That is disheartening. I wish we could have more people who cared about the positive. I like that crowd. I want more of that crowd. And sadly, it's rare that we really get that these days because we people who root against me rather than for me. And that's frustrating, you know? But I guess that's life, right?
It's safe.
So if that's the case, then why don't you just go straight? Whatever. Whatever.
What's the saying? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. So
Right?
I used to be the hero everyone rooted for. And now I'm still around. I'm still resilient. I'm still making content. I'm literally doing more difficult accomplishments than I've ever done before. But now everyone just sees me as the guy to root against, right? So it's
I remember he when someone said that phrase about something that was a little bit more pertinent, and he said, "Nah, man, I don't agree with that." But then this like arbitrary thing, yeah, man, it's like this.
so it's
Okay,
it's changing. It is what it is, I guess.
embracing the villain role. Like usually in storytelling, like this would be seen as like depressing and like, wow, this guy's fucked up. But you see it in this context, and it's like this guy needs some bleach in his life.
I guess. People want me to be the heel. They want me to be the villain. I don't necessarily want.
He wanted to be the heel, though. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. This guy made his whole career about being the heel, and then now he's like, I don't want to be the heel anymore, guys. Like that's why people were rooting for him because he was the heel, right? Correct?
Want to be the villain, but it seems like that's the role that life has given me. And
Oh
so,
god.
what do you do?
Imagine, did this guy see Wreck-It Ralph? Because I don't know if he did, but if he ever does, you just fucking know he is gonna like quote that. Like he quotes the come great power, come great spaghetti or whatever the fuck. He quotes that all the time, and you just know he is gonna quote the "You're a bad guy, but you're not a bad guy" or whatever the fuck. Like, he's gonna like love that scene where they have like the villains support group or whatever the fuck. Like he's gonna love that scene. They
I
made
guess
that
you
for
roll with
him.
it. But the thing is, I'm not gonna be. I'm definitely not gonna be playing up that. I'm not gonna be Mr. Drama. I'm not gonna be some guy who becomes a heinous person on the internet saying awful things. And I'm not gonna do that. I could. People told me to do that ages ago, and I was like, nah.
What?
I am who I am.
People said I could do that ages ago, but I did that ages ago, but I don't do that. What? This guy is lost in this house again.
I'm not gonna become one of these people who's just a toxic jerk. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna stick to where I am.
You are
I'm
toxic, though.
happy where I
I
am.
think it's more toxic that he does it unintentionally. It comes so naturally to him.
It's just crazy to me because this really have been a couple intense days. Super intense day of Street Fighter, intense day of Elden Ring, and then at the same time, one of the craziest puzzles I've ever solved in a video game. Probably the hardest. Like that codex was seriously tough to figure out.
Whoa.
And then it's like that. No one cares. No one's even saying a word about it. No one gives a shit.
Where's my TikTok of me beating
What are people
Griffin?
talking about? That a pro wrestler Mansoor tagged me on Twitter.
Wow. Dude, this dude, when that happened, he actually was like,
Dude, can you believe it? This guy referenced the crouch jump, and then we went and had a back and forth, and oh man, he is like a longtime fan, man.
he bragged about this. The next day, he was like, big whoop. Dude, come on. He bragged about him being a fan, and now it's a big whoop because people realize what the first dude was about. And honestly, what's so fucking stupid and brain dead about this is that he bragged about Xbox noticing him. But a wrestler noticing him, oh, big whoop. Wow, this dude, man, it's just this guy only wants to like focus on people noticing him when it benefits him. But since a wrestler noticed him and it ties in with a mobile game meme, oh, we gotta downplay that and say it's nothing.
Ooh, wow. What an amazing accomplishment, right?
Look how mad this dude is that he's not getting blown up for the things he wants to be blown up for. That's a very cool way to act.
Well, that's real news, huh? Is it really? I don't know.
No one said it was news. They just said it was funny. Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh no, I know, and I'm not shit talking Mansoor. He's a great guy. He was actually very nice. He actually quoted a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, he crouch jump.
Yeah, we just have to downplay it, guys. We just have to downplay that a wrestler noticed me.
From Black Mesa playthrough, he quoted the song "Do You Call My Name" by Raw from Raw, who was the song I used to use in my Hateful Truth reviews. So he's actually a legit fan, which is nice to know that I actually have legit fans out there who probably are the silent majority. People who are my fans don't speak up because they don't want to be harassed by the insane people.
Yeah, because wrestlers never ever get harassed by anyone ever, so they that's why. Obviously, they don't want them to be embarrassed to know. Whatever.
Stalk
Okay.
me and everyone else around me who's positive. So,
like, dude, I think it's more funny when Rocco brings up his Twitter discussion with was it Lady Gaga or someone else? Was it Taylor Swift? It was about Bayonetta. I don't remember which celebrity it was, and that's like more funny to listen to than this, because it's always about like, all right, man, just contact me and I'll help you with Bayonetta. It's like that's like the go-to joke, and it's like funny.
I get that. I really do. You know. All right. Well, guys, that's that. I think we covered the topics. We talked about the schedule. We talked about politics, and we talked about Elden Ring and Riven. Ending of Riven was great. I hope that you'll check it out if you like old school stuff. I hope that they.
Now we're playing with our pen. Okay. What is the timestamp? 1 hour and 20 seconds. Okay. So let's go above that. Is there anything else we can glean from this? Wow, the timestamps just gave up. Like, it literally gave up. You only like timestamp the first half. I guess we have to go over this appeal for shoutouts, react date, future plans, joking about running for president. That's never funny. Anticipation for that. Discussion of gaming accessories. Trick controls humor. Oh boy. What's this gonna be?
Oh, do they really? Abdullah says they now have limited editions of the Victrix Pro FS. So one of it has King of Fighter characters like Terry and Iori, and they have a new version with Akuma. That's cool. Although honestly, I like this one. I like that it's white because it's generic and it kind of applies to anything.
Wow, he loves it because it's white and generic. This guy has like no taste, like no interest in anything. Just generic. That's like his gimmick. Generic. Wow, this dude is as interesting as a fucking slice of bread.
I also like the color change feature because I used to have joysticks that were character branded. They were nice, but then what happens when you don't care about that character anymore or that game's not prominent anymore? Now your stick is like outdated. So I actually prefer
you can never change
the more
your
generic
stick,
one.
right?
I really
Correct?
like this one. I'm happy. And thank you so much again to the person who donated this. This week with this stick has been amazing. As you see, I've done the best Street Fighter 6 gameplay I've ever done. I did on this stick this
Sure.
week. Thank you so very much.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Can't wait for like in a
Spawn
year.
Killer
he's
did a
gonna
super chat.
shit
Says,
on
what was
it.
worse, the PlayStation Move or the Xbox Connect? Well, see, it depends. If you're talking,
I think the Kinect's worse because it had like less use. At least like the Move, you could do Resident Evil 5 like motion control. Like it's actually pretty, it's probably better than that. Election humor. Oh my god, let's just hear this election humor.
who would be my vice president if I were elected president of the USA? Moist Critical. He would be my vice president.
Oh my god, dude. I would have said Jasper. That would have been like at least kind of funny. Whatever. End of Evil Within series. Oh boy.
No, they're never going to make Evil Within 3. That's all done. The studio doesn't exist anymore, dude. The studio's been disbanded. They're never making another one.
Disbanded. It's been shut down. Okay.
Derek, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god, Derek.
Derek, you literally said, I did want to let you know that just to let you know. You didn't say what you're letting me know. So I have no idea what you're letting me know because you didn't tell me what you're letting me know.
He's letting you know you fucking
Yeah,
suck.
Evil Within was owned by Tango Gameworks. That was the Shinji Mikami company, and they went out of business. They went
out of business.
let go. Remember?
Oh my
This just happened.
god. That is so disgusting. Because that's not what happened. They didn't go out of business. They just got shut down. Microsoft shut them down because Microsoft sucks. Whatever. Okay. All right. See, this is meaningful content. Just sitting in silence, sniffing your fingers. Wow, that was a nice
seriously,
sound.
all day I'm gonna be opening my phone, checking for news to see if they dropped the MVC collection. All day I'm gonna be doing this.
Oh man. Wow. Wow, pathetic. Pathetic. No, I'm just gonna put in DSP Gaming Guilty Gear. Let's see what that pulls up. 2 streamers after 10 years? Okay. Is that you don't play Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? Oh man. You get like completely different shit. Man, he replayed this? Body Shop Saturdays? Oh man. Let's go to Pig Go.
The older Guilty Gears back in the early 2000s, and they didn't really resonate with me, so not really interested in the modern ones.
Okay, the old did not resonate as he shakes his ears. Oh my. You mentioned this in this?
Guilty Gear in that order, right? Like, that's my affinity. So, it's not that we don't like...
I'm in a cat. Oh, this is a good face. This is the kind of guy I would expect to see trying to upsell me like an appliance. Like you go to a store and you're looking for like stoves or something, and it's like, oh, this one has all these cool settings, man. But man, when's Beyond Two Souls?
The games because they're bad games. It's that there's just things you don't have a real
affinity
for.
Affinity. Superior Guilty Gear. Oh yes.
Superior. Guilty Gear's never been my thing, quite frankly. Fighter 6 like MK1 or Guilty Gear Strive. MK1 I tried. I just retired it. I don't like it. I don't think it's a very good game. I think Street Fighter 6 is far superior. Guilty Gear's never been my thing, quite frankly. I am planning on trying out Tekken in January.
Why does he try out Guilty Gear? Oh, because he doesn't want to be associated with the freaks. Like me. I want to go to like... Oh man, let's listen to this.
Guilty Gear to a T. This is fucking Guilty Gear.
Whoa, what?
The pattern, it's just a basic pattern. It's complete trash.
You lose.
It's not fair at all. The game is Guilty Gear to a
What? No, what?
Donkulus! Time to...
Wait, I can't believe this. This is Guilty Gear to a T. Street Fighter 5? Oh,
Gear to a T. This is fucking Guilty Gear. Just mash a combo pattern that is completely safe, and no one can break through and no one can react. You gotta block.
No one can break through. Guilty Gear is a fucking burst mechanic. And you could like push block. It's a push block, whatever. You could do yellow Roman cancel, which also like whatever. There's all these other things. Saying this is Guilty Gear is like saying golf is like fucking racing. Like, what are you talking about?
Blocked in fucking 400 hits because the game's a piece of fucking shit. And then finally land your one hit and get a giant combo. The game sucks. I really hate this game.
God.
I really do. Well, thank you, Ron Paul 2008 for the.
This is Guilty Gear. I want to watch this match. I want to watch this Guilty Gear style match. Maybe she does some Guilty Gear shit.
Fight.
All right, let's go. Oh shit, they traded. Okay, already, she's not doing any air dashing. She's not doing like anything. I mean, where's the Guilty Gear? Okay, she jumped.
Why
okay.
don't my kicks do anything?
That's the grapple.
Right there, I did fucking reversal Jordan. Nothing.
Overhead.
There's nothing I can do.
Oh my god, I miss this character. I used to play Laura a lot. She's kind of a fun character. They should put her in 6.
There's nothing I can do.
Alright. Dude, this is a Guilty Gear. Wow, there's some backdashing there.
My fucking meaty punch goes through her body and doesn't connect, and she mashes jab and wins. What a great player.
What a great player!
Game fucking sucks. Why did that hit? I don't know.
Again, didn't learn any crouch counter.
And the Shoryuken doesn't track and go behind, which is supposed to. Look, none of this is earned. None of it is earned. None of it is earned. It's just
That is
play
it!
the pattern. Play the pattern. Play the pattern. Play the fucking pattern, because I'm a fucking scrub who doesn't understand how to play fighting games. And this one fucking sucks. Nothing I can do. It's a pattern. I can't break through it. You just play the pattern. It's just a basic pattern. It's complete trash.
It's a basic pattern.
It's not.
This is Guilty Gear. This is just like Guilty Gear. Oh my god.
The game is Guilty Gear to a T. This is fucking.
Okay, I read that before. There was one thing I did kind of want to watch. Because he called, like, I think he said, Abigail was like a Guilty Gear character, which...
Fighter at all. Fucking Guilty Gear.
Round 1.
You know everything that's not what a regular fighting game is about? They basically turned Street Fighter 5 into, like, Guilty Gear.
This dude, and then here's the fucking gall, the fucking nerve to even say, you know, like dude, this is why he's probably so scared to even mention Guilty Gear now, because every time I've noticed, it's like, I don't know what it is, something happened, because now modern era Phil, every time we talk about the Guilty Gear, like, I respect Guilty Gear. It's a good game. I love it. It's fun. It's just not for me. Don't attack me. I think Guilty Gear is solid and a good fighter. I respect it. It's scary, so that's why I don't play it. Okay? And it's like, dude, is like is a happy chaos outside the door? Like, what the fuck? But then you hear this, and it's like, this is nothing like a fighting game's all about, like Guilty Gear. That is a fighting game. I mean, the only thing that could make sense is if he was only talking about Guilty Gear 2 Overture. But that's obviously not what Guilty Gear is nowadays. And he's like demeaning it. Like, why is he demeaning Guilty Gear? Is it because it's anime? It has biking, and biking, like, you know? Come on.
That's what this game is playing like now. It doesn't play like Street Fighter at all. Fucking Guilty Gear.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh man, if I was another character, I wish they would bring back. Give her another chance. Give her another chance, I say. Let's see. We're going on like this is. I mean, this is the end of the video anyway. So.
Guilty Gear and BlazBlue also held.
BlazBlue.
Oh.
Boom.
Completely zoned. He couldn't get down by the fireball. Hazama Taichu Chu says, I would play Street Fighter, but it's way harder than Guilty Gear and BlazBlue also hello. Executions wise it is, but I actually think the systems of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue are more complicated than Street Fighter. I do.
Yeah, because it's a little more than just blocking. error video.
Guilty Gear Blaze Blue series, which I'm not familiar with, and I really have never played.
Why is this called error? Oh, maybe because I think there was a weekend preview where the audio just like stopped working, and I think it was this.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I would say in particular. But that also being said, it's got a lot of familiarities with the Guilty Gear Blaze Blue series, which I'm not familiar with, and I really have never played. Therefore, it was a lot of work for me to learn into challenges in the lab just to get the handle of the game. You know, really gung-ho head. Have some of the most honest reviews. Folks,
Wait,
nominate and vote on it's not a priority for me. Now,
honest reviews.
At this point, I'm not seeing reviews whatsoever as a priority, and that's a shame.
Oh, okay, this is him saying he's done doing reviews. Who's making the wait, what?
Systems, who's making the Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, Dragon Ball Fighter style games. You've got Street Fighter made by Capcom. You've got the...
Alright, come on.
Both BlazBlue and Guilty Gear are really complex fighters that take a lot of time and effort to learn and master.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, I tell you what. Oh, man. I have fans of Guilty Gear. You're gonna love this one.
So, for those who play Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, and games like that, they've got a head start. For me, it's like I'm starting on square one. Seriously, it feels to me like I am just
NBC
right from the get-go
soon.
at a disadvantage compared to...
Okay, yeah, but this is not even whatever. I'm like, okay, little baby man.
Same people who made like the Guilty Gear franchise. We've now confirmed it is 2D artwork. It is not like 3D characters in a 2D environment, say like Street Fighter 4 or 5. No, it's 2D hand-drawn artwork, so it actually looks like anime.
Oh my god, that's not at all whatever. Okay, so okay, well, let's do that. Okay, Dishonest. He brings up Guilty Gear in this.
Oh, lol, Guilty Gear, because we all know that because these games have these anime-like characters and don't have the PR.
I just love we keep this in the center, so he has to talk like this every time. This dude is very smart.
Or the budget or the marketing of Street Fighter that they're no good, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever you say. And then lastly, the game, because we all know that because we really like Street Fighter 5. It's the same fucking deal. It's a piece of shit. All right. What's the last one here? Because this is good. Oh, lol, Guilty Gear, because we all know that because these games have these anime-like characters and don't have the PR or the budget or the marketing of Street Fighter.
Anime characters. People who like demean anime, they're going to a special place in hell. I tell you what.
That they're no good, right?
Like it's just so
yeah,
lame.
whatever you say.
Like I hear stories about people who go to art school and their professor's like, "Oh, don't draw like anime," and it's like, "Oh man, come on, shut up, bitch." I just don't know. I never really got that. It's like, dude, people draw that. Like,
Arc Systems, who are the people who make Guilty Gear, BlazBlue. Well, it's gonna obviously be a fighting game of that same style. A little bit of a bummer for me because I don't know the Persona characters. I never played Persona.
Okay, this is him talking about Persona. Okay. Oh man, he talked about this at a panel.
What I can tell you is Guilty Gear is a game that has very complex gameplay, but I don't like the visual style. I never did. It's that animation.
Dude, you go down this Guilty Gear rabbit hole, and you just really, like, it kind of, like, low-key exposes how much he loves anime. Because this dude, he's like, I love anime, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, I saw one episode, classic. I love Naruto, so much I only saw it one time. Whatever the fuck, whatever. But then, you listen to him talk about Guilty Gear. It's anime style. It's awful. Okay, you're telling me. Okay, you're telling me this is ugly. you can't look at this. She's eating cotton candy. Come on now, dog. She's vibing with the cotton candy. Okay, jeez. But this dude will just sit there like, I love anime. Oh, but I don't like Guilty Gear, it's anime. But I love anime, but it's anime. Man, this dude sucks. And by the way, she decapitated a servant to have their head as a keychain. Pretty metal, if you ask me. Pretty cool, huh? I like her mask. I like her mask. Her mask is sick. But yeah, it's all that kind of bullshit. I just
visual style. The characters don't really appeal to me. And for me, if the characters don't,
the characters don't appeal. You should be. This doesn't appeal to anyone. Like, look, she has the coolest halo. It's right. It's like breaking off. Red hair is like sick. Anime red hair, by the way. Then you got Baiken, who has like she's a one-armed samurai with one eye. She has like a little chain thing that's cool. She has cool moves. You have Potemkin that looks fucking sick. You got Nago, who's like a samurai. We're not gonna get into that. That's gonna be. But he's a knightless as well, so it's like a vampire samurai thing. Are we gonna complain about that? Then you got Slayer. Hello, Slayer, Dandy. Hello, fucking. Life is a journey kind of guy. You know, come on. And he's gonna sit there and say, "Oh, there's no characters that are cool or anything." That he's a fucking idiot. Okay. But thank you for watching. I'll end it on that. We end on a high note. You know, if the political talk took you out, but you stuck in, those who stuck in, you're the real trooper. You're the real viewer here. You made it. You made it to talk about Jacko. You made it this long, and you finally saw the same Jacko figure I had. By the way, I thought this was gonna be smaller when I ordered it, and it ended up being this big. But hey, man, it's Jacko. What? You know, she's cool. She's the coolest character. So there you go. Yet again, the one opinion I will not agree with or accept is any Jacko slander. That just goes right to the trash. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully it's gonna be a more posy time.
Time
As always.
to skedaddle on out of here.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Wait. Bye-bye.